Hello travelers, and welcome to a new video. It's my second day here in KłODZKO, the south of Poland that was affected by the flooding. It is a cold morning, but the sun is out, so I feel good. It's a Sunday, and I actually hear people singing over here. So by the church, I believe. And it's absolutely beautiful, the sound. They're singing Hallelujah. But here in the center of town, you can see that there's even damage here in this poor restaurant here, or building that was affected. Look at this. It looks like everything was destroyed. It's absolutely awful, and it's such a beautiful city. I was walking through here and it's absolutely gorgeous. There's some beautiful old buildings and churches. Again, just awful destruction. But look at this beautiful church in the distance. So I'm gonna go for some morning coffee, and there's supposed to be this fortress in the city, and Bart, my landlord, he's been telling me that it's a good place to see. It's this old fort. It's actually quite massive, and from there you can get a view of KłODZKO, and it's a famous landmark in its own right. So look at this city. It's quite hilly, it's quite nice. Again, more damage. And it's quite strange because I've gone up here and the water even reached here. So here's one of those churches I was telling you about, and it looks like we're safe up here, at least from the water. It didn't go up here. I don't think it did. Look at this church. It's beautiful. Look at this church. It's gorgeous. It's massive. It's like something you would see in Italy or Spain or France. But it's here in Poland. Look at this church. It's unbelievable. It looks a bit Gothic to me, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's absolutely beautiful. Look at this building. So there's a lot to see here in KłODZKO. I wish I was here under different circumstances. It looks like a very old town, but it's a very beautiful town. We're gonna go up here. Look at these streets though. It kind of reminds me of Spain a bit, with the tight narrow streets and the church. And look at this. Going up here with the stairs. Beautiful place. So we'll go up a little bit, and I'm sure we're gonna see the fortress. I think the name is different in Polish, but I'll give it to you. And look at this. So obviously up here it was safe from the flooding. Look at this city. What a beautiful town. It's just gorgeous. The pink color, that is popular here in the south. I saw it on one of the castles. It's quite famous. It's called the Barbie Castle, or nicknamed the Barbie Castle. It's actually called the Shons Castle. It's in Wałbrzych. Look at this building. Oh my gosh. This is a treasure. This is a treasure. KłODZKO is a treasure. I had no idea that it was this beautiful. It's a shame that the floods hit here, but luckily we're high here, as I said, and the floods did not reach this level. Look at these buildings, look at these streets. This is beautiful. I guess this is a very historic building, it looks like it. And we can see the church from here. Oh my gosh, it's just huge. It is massive. Some restaurants here. And my landlord Bart, he did mention that KłODZKO is such a beautiful city, and it's a shame what happened to it with the floods, but I'm sure that they will survive. From here we can see this giant fortress. I think it's near this coffee shop actually. I don't know if they're open or not. Look at this city, and that is the fortress. You can see how massive it is. This is an ice cream shop. Look at this fortress. They're not kidding when they said it was massive. I think this might be the coffee shop. It's called Mr. Coffee. Look at this fortress. This is absolutely massive. Oh my gosh, this is bigger than the castles I visited. I don't know if it's open or not though. And this, another gorgeous building here. So I came here to investigate the flooding and to help, but I've discovered something absolutely beautiful in the process. KłODZKO. It is a gem in Poland. So I just finished my coffee here. It's a really nice coffee shop. There was two ladies inside. They were really nice. In fact, they were setting up when I arrived. So here's the coffee shop if you're in KłODZKO. It is called Pan Kapka, and it is right near the fortress here, which is Twierdza, I think it's called in Polish. So it's a pretty cold day. Now the sun is gone. This morning was only like about 7 or 8 Celsius. So we can definitely feel the cold weather now. I think now it's about maybe 11, but without the sun it feels pretty cold. So she's not sure if it was open or not, the fortress, so we can go there. But I think I want to explore the city a little bit before that. By train it's about 2.5 hours from Wroclaw, so it's not that far, but we are in the south of Poland, and we're not far from the Czech border now. Look at this building. That is very interesting. The architecture. So this might be the road going up to the fortress. There's a barber shop. Mini Euroland. KłODZKO. Why they have a toucan, I don't know. I don't think the toucans live in Poland unless there's some kind of zoo or something. So this is the city center. They have this beautiful obelisk here. Look at this building. These are usually the town halls in all the centers of Poland that I've been to, city centers. But this one is absolutely extremely fabulous. Look at that. That is very interesting, the tower, and it's very high. It's very beautiful. Let's go take a look at the obelisk if we can. And maybe we'll walk around some more. Let's see the other side of the fortress. I think it's going to be pretty cold up there today actually, because it's going to be windy and it's a cold day. So it's not going to be pleasant. And when I left Wrocław, it wasn't this cold. It was a bit warmer there. This is just a really charming city. You can see it's pretty hilly here. It's similar to Nowa Ruda when I was there. It's very hilly like that. In fact, last night, those guys that we were working on that babcia, the woman's house, the grandmother, and I found out she's 92 or 93 years old, and she came out to greet me, and I told her Dzień dobry, and she said something to me, and then my friend had to tell her that he's American. And she was like, "What, American?" So it was pretty funny. But she was a really nice woman. She had a bunch of cats, so I guess it fits the cat lady stereotype. But she was a really nice woman. She had some nice cats there. It's a shame that what happened to her there. And actually, I was told that that's happened to her before. She was here in '97. So she was living in the house, but they built a trailer for her to live in while they rebuilt her house, and that was in '97. And she was able to move back in her house, and now the floods have hit again, and they've destroyed that trailer, and they've damaged her house. So it's just a mess. But luckily there's a lot of good people helping, and Polish people are really good. They're really helpful, and they like to help their neighbors, which is awesome. And I believe that's how the US was many years ago, but not so much today, I don't think. I think it's just every man for themselves, and you just rely on your insurance company to work, because nobody's going to lift a finger if they're not going to get paid for it. Unfortunately, that is most cases. Now, I'm sure there's some small towns where that's not the reality, but in most big cities, that's the reality. Yeah, this is really nice. You've got the angels here. And I thought that was really poetic this morning, because I started my video and I heard some women in the background singing beautifully, and that was just really nice. What a way to start off the day. And it is Sunday, so it is a church day here in Poland. Okay, so we're back up here, and we're gonna go this way. You can see here's that, what I think is the town hall. It's absolutely massive, this building, with the huge tower. Most likely the tower was built, and then they built the building around it. And the ladies at the coffee shop, I was talking to them, they were really nice. And she said, don't go down. So I guess she thought I didn't know about the situation here, and I told her I've already been here yesterday, and oh, you know about it, okay. Look at this building. And this fountain here. You know I love my fountains. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. That is crazy. It looks like a manor. Some kind of palace. Maybe it is a palace. That is absolutely grand. I think this is more grand than the one it is in Wroclaw. I'm really surprised to find this in KłODZKO. Oh, and that looks like a road. I thought it was a walkway, but it might be a road. Let's check out this fountain. A fish. And I don't know what that is. Maybe a fish. We got the birds up there. But look at this building. It's super impressive. Maybe it's a government building. Wow. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I think more people should come to Poland because it's so beautiful. And I don't think many people expect what they can find here in Poland, because it has so much to offer. Like, look at this city here. It's just unbelievable. You've got the Polish eagle there. It's building is #1. It's all in Polish. I'm gonna look on my map in a minute to see what it is. There's something here. Again, Polish. 1965 KłODZKO. KłODZKO. Okay, so it is a historic town hall, and that's what it is. So I was right about my guess with the magnificent tower. Just an amazing building. And I guess you can go up in the tower, I believe. I'm sure you get an amazing view from there. And then we have an animal or something holding this clock. Is it a lion? That's pretty cool. And we've got some little dwarfs, which are a popular legend here in Poland. And in Wroclaw, it is actually the city of the dwarfs where I live, because you have all these little metal dwarfs all over the city doing different actions. It's really cool. We have this monument here. And this looks like a very old building here. Wow. The markings on that, that looks Middle Ages. Oh my gosh, is that original? It looks like a scene depicting knights. I know this city dates back to the Middle Ages. That is absolutely gorgeous. You can probably see it better on the camera because it's kind of rubbed off. It's like knights, and because they're underneath that huge fortress, there are some kind of catacombs, and you can actually go in there and there are scenes of Middle Ages in there. So there's actually like a catacombs you can go into, or tunnels, and I guess it dates back to the Middle Ages because all the characters they have, and they have like even some executioners type things, because I looked at the photos. So they date from the Middle Ages. So this must be a very, very old city. Actually ancient. We saw the disaster yesterday, but now we're seeing the beauty of this city today. And it is not disappointing. So luckily, they build high in the city center, and it seems to have paid off because most of it is undamaged. Now if we go down here at the end of this road, we're going down now, you can see a lot of massive damage, and we may take a look at that as well, because that is the reality here in KłODZKO, unfortunately. See how it goes up here. This building has seen better days, it looks like. Also here, maybe this is where the water came up to, possibly, or just from age. So here we can see a lot of damage, a lot of things that had to be thrown away, unfortunately. And you can see that the water came up here. So it looks like we're at the river. Or was this kind of a spillway? Look at this bridge. It's absolutely beautiful. Now that looks very old. I wonder what the age is on that. It's got to be hundreds of years old. Oh my gosh, look at the damage here. I had to throw out some kids' toys. But there's some ducks that are enjoying it. Hi, ducky friends. A couple duck friends down there. You can see the city is built kind of on a hill. That bridge is absolutely beautiful. So you can see the city from here. There's like a, look at this building. It almost looks like a witch's hat. And look at the walls around the city. So this was basically an impenetrable fortress, it looks like, this whole city. I think this was maybe a signpost. It's just sticking, maybe it was a light. It's absolutely been toppled. And this is the river here. The Nisa, I believe it's a Nisa here. Look at the damage it did over there. Looks like something's in the water here. But today it's calm. And you can see the fortress from here. That's what I was going for. The fortress up on the hill. So this was built to be an impenetrable city, as I said. and it was on the river. So what a great design. Solar panels here in Poland. So here I am at this famous bridge here in KłODZKO, and if you take a look at this bridge, it is a mini version of the bridge in Prague, which is the Charles Bridge, and it's very similar. If you take a look at this bridge. And I've been to Prague and it does look quite similar. I don't know if it's an exact copy, but it does have that similar appeal. So people have nicknamed it the Little Charles Bridge. And unfortunately, you can see the damage underneath it. Look at this building. This is absolutely a gem of a town. It's an absolute shame what happened. Some damage over there. Just really people having to throw everything they have away, because once it gets wet, it's no longer good. And a lot of this water was infected with bacteria. Christ on the cross. Oh, I believe this is the hill he was on. It's called Golgotha in the Bible, and it is a skull hill. So that is a very accurate depiction of the crucifixion. Looks like a mural over there on that other building. So much character, and you can see the ivy coming down the wall. It's starting to turn colors as well for the fall. There's just a lot to see here in KłODZKO. And looks like another beautiful church here in town. I believe it's a church. And you can see on this church how high the water level was. Look at that. It's as high as that lamppost. So I'm walking through the lower part of the city. You can just see here the massive devastation. Look at this. Lamppost. It's absolutely bent. Look at this street. It's just absolutely mess. You can see here where the water came up. Let's take a look in here. It's just water came in here. Absolutely devastated this building. The street was full of water and mud, you can see. And even over here, we've got damage. People working. Look at this. Look at inside of here. Absolute devastation. You can see here the water was up here, even in the glass. And there's people over here working. I can hear them working, cleaning up this mess, which is going to take a while. What a tragedy. An absolute tragedy. There's some military there. I don't want to film anyone working, but I think you get the idea of what happened here in KłODZKO. We saw some yesterday, but we did see this beautiful old town. So I think I'm going to wrap up the video here. I hope you enjoy it. Coming to you from KłODZKO, southern Poland. Take care, everyone, and God bless KłODZKO.